Today, we're looking at a pretty stark reality in the modern workplace. Think about it for a second. Your team is highly capable. Your tech stack, it's fully loaded. You've already bought into the promise of the future. So, why is so much of your week still completely consumed by work that, frankly, should already be automated? Well, we're going to unpack the massive, untapped potential currently sitting dormant in your company's systems. Okay, let's dive right in. I mean, seriously, why are you paying for AI that you just aren't using? It's a harsh truth for a lot of organizations right now. You're likely already paying for Microsoft 365 Copilot. It's sitting right there in your tech stack. But without structured training, it just becomes an incredibly expensive novelty. For most teams, it's a tool that gets used once during a flashy demo. Maybe someone asks it to write a polite email and then it's entirely forgotten. The capability is literally at your fingertips, but it's just not being utilized. And because of that, right now, your absolute top-tier talent is drowning in work that is way below their pay grade. We're talking about drafting proposals, writing routine status updates, endless data formatting and compiling meeting notes. These tasks eat up hours every single week. But contrast that with high-value work, right? Making critical decisions, building client relationships, executing high-level strategy. Copilot can handle almost all of those repetitive, low-level tasks for you, but it can only do that if your team actually knows how to use it, which frees them up for the crucial strategic work that actually moves the needle for your business. And this brings us to a really crucial concept, the capability gap. Look, this gap isn't about needing to go out and buy more software. You already have advanced AI tools available in your technology stack. The gap is lacking the structured training to reliably deploy those tools on real-world work. The technology is absolutely there, but without a clear, guided path, it just stays a curiosity rather than becoming a true competitive advantage. Here's the reality, and it's urgent. The window to build an AI-native team is rapidly closing. The organizations investing in structured AI training today, they are building a compounding advantage over the ones choosing to wait. Think about it like this. If your competitors' teams are suddenly automating 30% of their repetitive tasks, their output and their strategic focus are going to eclipse yours incredibly fast. The time to act isn't next year, it is right now. Consider this core truth. It isn't about having better technology. It's about building the habits and capabilities that make those tools stick. You know, everyone in your industry has access to the exact same tools. Your competitors can buy the exact same Microsoft licenses that you can. So the narrative has to shift away from simply buying software and move toward actually empowering your workforce to use it. At the end of the day, it's about human habits, not just computer code. So what is the solution? Copilot Foundations. This is NovoCircle's flagship AI Training for Business Users course, and it is the definitive bridge from simple awareness to actual deployed automation. We're not talking about watching generic tutorials here. This is a private, cohort-based program that delivers incredibly practical outcomes. First off, there is absolutely no coding required. If you can use Microsoft 365 today, you are completely ready for this. Second, real workflows are used. You weren't just playing around with fake data. Third, live automations are built directly in class. And finally, these tools are deployable on day one. Participants literally leave with something functional, entirely built for business users. You know, there's a stark difference between generic AI training and Copilot Foundations. Generic training is highly conceptual, it's theory-based, and it relies on disconnected scenarios that have absolutely nothing to do with your actual job. It basically explains what AI is without teaching people how to do anything useful with it. Copilot Foundations, on the other hand, is a private cohort. That means it's just your team. It's customized entirely to your specific industry and your workflows, resulting in practical, usable builds tailored precisely for your success. 8. It's a simple number, but it represents the entire core structure of this transformative curriculum. The Copilot Foundations course is built on exactly 8 highly practical sessions. That's 8 targeted, hands-on opportunities for your team to map out their tasks, learn the technology, and build real solutions. Every single session ends with something your team can actually use. So, how does it flow? Well, these 8 sessions map out over a really focused 4-week journey. Week 1 is all about foundation, identifying real automation opportunities within your own recurring tasks. Then we hit week 2, which gets a bit technical but stays totally accessible. You're building a reliable knowledge base and configuring Copilot Studio. Week 3 skills it all up by designing workflow automations and multi-step orchestration agents. And finally, week 4 brings it all home, establishing human-in-the-loop safety checks and completing the Capstone project. It creates this mechanism of steady, unstoppable momentum. And all of this culminates in what we call the Capstone Transformation. It happens in 3 distinct steps. First, participants identify a real recurring task from their own job. Second, they build a live AI-assisted workflow for it, right there in the class. And third, they deploy a functional agent on day one after the program ends. The result? Immediate return on investment. You aren't waiting months and months to see value. Your team walks out with a working system. This highly practical approach actually stems directly from instructor Jerry Schmierer's guiding philosophy. He says, the goal isn't to learn AI, it's to stop doing work that AI can do for you. Jerry has experience teaching technology adoption to non-technical professionals, and this specific principle grounds the entire course in real-world practicality. It's not about becoming a prompt engineer just for the sake of it, right? It's about reclaiming your time. Because ultimately, this is the exact transformation your organization needs to undergo. You have to move from a novelty demo to a fully deployed tool. The capability is already sitting right there in your tech stack. It's time to bridge that gap, stop doing the grunt work, and unlock the true strategic potential of your people. So, ask yourself, is your team genuinely equipped for the future of work? The path forward really comes down to 3 simple, powerful steps. Plan, build, train. If your competitors are taking these steps today and automating their most tedious workflows tomorrow, what exactly is your plan to catch up?